need to turn this music off. I'm sorry. There we go. Hello, good evening. There we go. Right. Ooh, I was so busy. The last hour and a half has been so crazy. Hello, Emma. Tim Holmes. Hello, if you're still here. Hello, John Collins, J Free Chill Sounds, and Emma Collins. The cat wants to come in. Quick then. Quick. You've had like all evening to come in. You could have come in any time in the last hour that I've been in here, but decided to come in like literally now. Hello, good afternoon. You're wet, never mind. So I hope you're all well. How are you doing? The weather in Wales is pretty disgusting today. The cat is drenched. Don't even touch me. Don't even touch me. Oh, he wants strokes and he's drenched. Hello, Ken. Yes. I don't know what happened. This morning actually it was drizzly this morning as well. It's just been horrible all day. The cat's here now. And I'm trying not to touch him because he's just soaking wet. And it's terrible. Why were you sat outside, boy? I haven't seen you all evening. Down here. Come on. I'm trying to do a live stream. I have an audience. Wait, there we go. Thank you. Right. Hopefully he'll leave me alone now. So I hope you're all okay, and I hope the weather isn't as grotty as it is here. Because it's pretty disgusting. But the weather's meant to get nice next week from what I've read online, which is brilliant. And yeah, talking about other stuff that's brilliant, I'm guessing a few of you have been keeping up with the news. So there's good news on the news. We'll get to that in a few minutes. But the plan for today, the cat's here by the way, I'm not just like scratching the air, I'm scratching the cat. So the plan for this evening is we're going to do the travel news. Then we're going to play GeoGuessr for a few minutes because I know some of you enjoy it and I enjoy it. So if you don't enjoy it, you're going to have to bear with me until we get to the travel quiz. And the travel quiz, we'll be doing 10 questions in the travel quiz. And then we've got a new video coming up tonight. And the new video coming up tonight is discussing partly what the news is. So I'm not going to go too in depth with the news because this wrong window. This video kind of covers what the news is today, but I will go into it a little bit though. So if you want to know the missing links in the news today, it's going to be on this video. The video is going to be talking about what travel bubbles are and what travel will look like. The annoying thing is I read today, bear in mind I filmed this video late last night. I've read today that the government are pulling away from the idea of travel bubbles, and I've just made a video about them. Which is very annoying, but it is what it is, and some of the information in this video is actually quite useful, so I'm probably going to change the thumbnail a little bit later on. But, well, maybe not. I don't know. But that's the thumbnail for the video today. We're going to go to this one, where I'm going to turn on my window capture. Come on. If you're interested in the music that was playing, this is the channel. Whilst you were waiting, this was the name of the video channel that was playing. Let me move this a little bit as well. I just realised that I'm very on the squint. Is that better? I don't know. I like leaning up against the wall. It's not better. Oh well. So if you're a YouTuber and you want to watch some free copyright-free music, go look at that channel. She is in the chat. The news. So today. That's the new video. That one. Normally I put them in order. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry if that made the screen weird. Right, so coronavirus. What are the UK's travel rules and which countries can you visit? So today you may have noticed in the news that the UK government announced what countries we can travel to without having to go into a 14-day quarantine when we come back. Bear in mind that this only applies to England. So passengers entering England from 59 countries including France, Spain, will no longer have to quarantine from the 10th of July. It was originally stated that this would start on the 6th, but they've moved it to the 10th. However, each UK nation is to set its own quarantine rules, so this only applies to England. These are not reciprocal agreements. Travellers from England will have to quarantine when entering Greece, for instance, even though Greece is now exempt from England's quarantine rules. So basically, these are not travel bridges. These are just countries that you can come back from and not have to go into quarantine. These are not the mutual agreement travel bubbles, travel bridges, air bubbles. They call them loads of things, but these are not them. These are basically just countries that you can travel back from and not go into quarantine. Which is a little bit annoying because I like the idea of travel bridges, so I can go to a country, no I don't have to quarantine, and then I can come back and no I don't have to quarantine. So where will I be able to go without quarantining when I get back? Travellers from 59 countries including France, Spain, Germany and Italy will no longer have to quarantine for 2 weeks when they enter England, as long as they haven't been in any of the countries not in the exemptions list from the past 14 days. So, the full exempted countries list is, and you're going to have to bear with me because I will read them all to you. So this is the list, and some of them I'm not going to be able to pronounce, or I'll pronounce incorrectly, and I apologise for that as well. No, not on the keyboard. Not on the keyboard, boy. Careful. Not on. You can sit almost anywhere, just not on the keyboard. Antigua and Barbuda, Aruba, Australia, Austria, Bahamas, Barbados, Belgium, Bonaire, Saint Eustatius and Saba, Croatia, Curacao, Cyprus, Czech Republic, Denmark, Dominica, Faroe Islands, Fiji, Finland, France, French Polynesia, Germany, Greece, Greenland, Grenada, Guadeloupe, Hong Kong, Hungary, Iceland, Italy, Jamaica, Japan, Liechtenstein, Lithuania, Luxembourg, Macau, Malta, Mauritius, Morocco, Netherlands, New Caledonia, New Zealand, Norway, Poland, Reunion Island, San Marino, Serbia, Seychelles, South Korea, Spain, Saint Barthélemy, St Kitts and Nevis, St Lucia, St Pierre and Miquelon, Switzerland, Taiwan, Trinidad and Tobago, Turkey, Vatican City and Vietnam. So these are all the countries that we can travel back from. Sounds confusing, I know. But basically, these are all the countries that we can travel back from that we won't have to quarantine. When I say we, I mean people in England won't have to quarantine in for 14 days when they come back from. Some of these countries, you may have to quarantine when you travel to them, but not when you come back to England. I live in Wales. Wales haven't said what they're doing yet. But my thought is can I travel from, I don't know, for example, I'm going to pick one, Cyprus. Can I travel from Cyprus into England and then from England into Wales? Because I don't need to quarantine when I travel from England to Wales. So am I technically travelling from Cyprus or am I travelling from England? The The Welsh Government has said you'll probably do the same as England depending on medical advice. Yeah, there we go. So the list focuses on countries in Europe, island nations around the world including the Caribbean, and countries further east including Vietnam, Japan, South Korea, Hong Kong, Australia and New Zealand. More countries may be added over the coming days, Department for Transport said. The government will also lift its advice against all but essential international travel for selected countries from Saturday. So on Saturday, when we go to the FCO website, and we go on this page, it may not say, look at that, it says COVID-19 travel guidance. The Foreign and Commonwealth Office currently advises British nationals against all but essential international travel. This advice is being kept under constant review. From the 4th of July, travel to some countries and territories will be exempt. Look at that! Oh, exempt countries and territories from the 4th of July. So all those ones that, actually, are they all the ones? Because this has got Portugal in it. And the Netherlands. This is a different list. I'm not going to read all this out to you. Look at all this. So these are the countries it's going to say that we can, says that we can travel to. I noticed that Canada's not in there. Americas. Oh yeah, Canada is there. There's Canada. US isn't there though. I am not surprised. If you are interested in this, this list, which is a different list to the one I just read out to you, the link is in the description for you. In the description, the link is in the chat. Very good. Okay, if the country isn't on the list, then you have to quarantine when you come back. What happened to air bridges? Ministers have indicated that the government was considering a series of air bridge agreements. These would allow people to travel between the UK and low-risk countries without having to quarantine at either end. These are also referred to as travel corridors when including international journeys made via land and sea. However, the government appears to have moved away from these partnerships, which would have posed problems in practice. I don't know what problems it would have caused. Like, literally, what problems would they have caused? It would have been, you can go to Spain, and then you can come back from Spain and not have to quarantine. Why is that a problem? It's just words you say, and then it happens. I don't know, that's what I thought. For example, Portugal was the first country to offer the UK an air bridge, but has recently seen a rise in new coronavirus cases around Lisbon. Currently, arrivals from Portugal will still have to quarantine when they arrive in England. Anyway, that's that first one. Coronavirus safe countries. What are the safest countries to travel to right now? I'm just going to skip all this, and these are the countries they say it's safest to go to. So, Greece, Croatia. I wouldn't mind going to Croatia. I think a lot of Game of Thrones was filmed in Croatia. Yeah, there we go. Dubrovnik. That's Warsaw. I was meant to go to Poland this year. Austria and Malta. Do you know what? I want to go to Malta. I want to go to Austria. I was meant to go to Poland. I want to go to Croatia. And doesn't everybody in the world want to go to Greece? What a beautiful country. Anyway, skip. On to the next one. So, this is coronavirus update from Heathrow Airport. So, if we're going to be travelling soon, I think it'd be interesting to see what airports are saying. Do you know, I've just realised, no, it's fine. I thought that my window was very low. I'm not gonna go into too much detail because a lot of this information is in the new video. So if you want to know more than what I'm going to play in this video, then, because the stuff in this video isn't necessarily included in my video, but other stuff is. So I'll play it and tell me if it's too loud or too quiet, but this video is quite interesting.
We're initially trialling the camera detection equipment in our Terminal 2 immigration hall. A passenger doesn't have to do anything different at all when they approach the camera detection zone. They will pass through the queue maze in exactly the same way as they normally would. They don't need to pause, they don't need to stop, and they don't even need to look at the camera. The initial part of the trial is purely focusing on passengers on the arrivals journey into our T2 immigration hall. And the technology is an infrared camera that is capable of screening multiple people simultaneously. During the trial, we're not processing, capturing, storing, or sharing any personally identifiable information of passengers. So future trials at Heathrow, we're looking potentially to expand out the thermal screening trials more widely, subject to the success of the initial trial. We're also exploring and trialling other technologies. So a couple of other examples are things such as UV sanitization equipment for things like security trays. And we're also looking at touchless security options to really try and minimise the physical contact that people have to make as they pass through security. So our observational outputs from the trial will be shared with both government and airline partners and industry bodies, really to help inform what the potential future global standard for aviation could look like.
Oh, there we go, he's done. Yeah, I thought it was interesting. So now you've heard it. John Collins says, would you have to quarantine when arriving back from Canada? If the same rules apply to Wales as England, then no. Actually, it wasn't mentioned in the, do I need to quarantine Canada? I am spelling stuff so wrong. There we go. I think you do at the moment. If you've recently returned from Canada and you have no symptoms, you must quarantine for 14 days. New advice. News. There we go. Here's your answer. Canada, US left out as UK scraps quarantine for visitors from some countries. So yes, at the moment, if you decided to go to Canada, you'd have to quarantine when you came back. I think you'd also have to quarantine when you got to Canada. Not that I'm going to Canada in the next couple of weeks. I'm happy that Iceland's on the list though, because not that I'm going to Iceland now, I'm going to Iceland in end of November, but it's nice to see. Yeah. Any other questions about the news before we play GeoGuessr for a few minutes? Otherwise, I think we're done with the news. Also, we're going to be doing the quiz in about 10 minutes, so get your pens ready. And also, we're going to be playing GeoGuessr now, so get your typey fingers ready. Make some guesses, and we'll see how we do. I'm moving me over here. Woo! And let's play some GeoGuessr, boys and women, men and women. Oh my goodness me, what is this? Is that writing on the front? Is that like Arabic writing on the front of that fan? Is this India? They have Coca-Cola, doesn't everywhere in the world? What's that written? Like, it's sort of Arabic-y. And they've got, oh, wait a minute. Is this like a flag then? Do you know the pots have a design on them? Like a flag design. Do you see the red, yellow and the green? India. Red, yellow, green flag. Red, yellow, green flag. I'm just having a look online. Africa, and it is Pan-Africa colours, that's what it says. So it's a country in Africa. Jamaica? No, their flag's different. Oh, it says bank. What is Addis Zemen? Addis Zemen. Oh. Addis Zemen is a town in Ethiopia. We got it, boys. It's Ethiopia. There we go. John Collins said Ethiopia. So, Ethiopia. Addis Zemen. Right. It is... There's a lake. There's loads of lake. Lake Takara. Addis Ababa. Addis Zemen. I wish I could just type in places. By this big lake. There it is, Addis Zemen. In we go, into the street. Where's the bank? Doesn't say. I'm assuming it's here. Guess. Oh, we were across the road. Well done, everybody, with Ethiopia. Woo! I'll move me so you can see how close we were. 228 meters. Yes. Very good. Play next round. We almost got full marks with that. Oh, sorry. Right then, where are we? Arabic. Down the side alley with very poor... Ah, they haven't got English signs. Right, so Arabic. What country are we thinking? Because I'm not going to get any help from the signs. Because normally we can look at like street signs and see. Are we thinking, do they speak Arabic in India? Arabic countries. Bahrain, Egypt, Iraq, Jordan, Kuwait, Lebanon, Oman, Palestine, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, Syria, United Arab Emirates, and Yemen. Any of those? Oh my gosh. What is that? Rizku cold stores. Go on then. Rizku cold stores. Oh man, oh man. Right, the map that I've got is in Arabic, but we might be able to zoom in and see. Here we go. And it's up here. And then it is here-ish, I think. Let's have a go. Not quite right. It was Saudi Arabia, not Oman. But I'm going to take that as a win. I don't think that was that bad. What do you think? Jerusalem and Pakistan. Well, we were all wrong. I don't know what to say. It was Saudi Arabia. Play next round. Let's go. Where are we now? That's all we're getting. Guys, I haven't got any directions. I can't go anywhere apart from here. What country do we think this is then? 1,000 miles away. Do you know what? The world's a big place. 1,000 miles away ain't that far. That's all we're getting. Look at the shape. Iceland, maybe. Look at the shape of the lamps. Not the lamps. What are they called? The electricity cables. Are you saying Iceland because Iceland's on your mind? We'll go for UK. Russia. You are not helpful. You're just naming countries. Yeah, Canada. Come on, carry on. Carry on just naming countries around the world, Emma. Lol could be anywhere. That's what I was saying. I'm going to go for down here. And there's a road kind of by the ocean. Power lines. That's it. Power lines. Congratulations. I'm going to say down this road. No, not this road. Down here. Whatever. Ready? Go. Waiting for the ad. 1 second. Let's go. What? It was the Falkland Islands. How were we meant to know that? Like, we were literally almost as far apart as you can get as islands can be. One island to another, as far away, suspense, yeah. As far away as they can be from each other, almost, like. We're only 13,000 kilometres away. Ooh, this looks a little bit Canadian, wouldn't you say? With those speed signs that look Canadian. And those trees that look Canadian. And that sign that looks Canadian. So what are we thinking? Ooh, sorry. Let's get to the end of the road. Oh, there's a street name. East End. That is not helpful. This looks so much like Canada. East Hall Road. Well, there's probably a million of them. Look at that. Look at the mountains in the distance. If you click up the road faster, I'll have a look now. BC. That's what I was thinking. What's this say? Lake? Something? Can't read it. Damn. Whereabouts in BC we thinking then? You can drag the screen. I don't know, I'm double clicking but it's not moving me any faster. Vancouver Island. My guess is Nanaimo. Shame I can't get closer to that. We'll see. I remember last time we thought it might have been Vancouver Island, and it ended up being like somewhere in America, remember? But we'll go for it. Vancouver Island. And then I said Nanaimo. So I'm going to throw us there. You'll show me how to use the website on Monday. Oh, thank you very much. Guess. It was Alaska, which, do you know what? Not that far, I guess. Because, to be fair, Alaska does kind of look like, BC. I've been to Seaward. I've been there. I have not been here though. But I have been to Anchorage, which is at the top of the map. Yeah, anyway, it was Alaska. So do you know what? I think we were in the right sort of vein of areas. Last one, and then it's going to be quiz time, so make sure you've got your pens and your papers ready. Have we been here before? Or does it just look similar? Pretty sure the one that looks similar was Norway. Oop. Where are we thinking this is? I don't have much rotation. Like, that's it. Oh, no, we're going down the road. No, that's all I can go. Anyone wanna guess? Scandinavian, that's what I was thinking. So we'll go for Norway. And we'll go for there in Norway. Does anybody live there? Don't know. Oh my gosh, we were wrong! It was Chile. Another one that's like, you couldn't get much further away from where we guessed. So it was Chile. And our score today was 8,899 points. And we had some of them quite close. And then two of them, like, completely on the wrong, like, completely wrong side of the world. But anyway, there's that. And I hope you've all got your pens and your papers, because we're going to go into the travel quiz. Who is excited? Everybody, I hope. Before we go into the travel quiz, let's move me back over and make me bigger, even though it won't make any difference for the travel quiz, because I'm going to be off the screen. Oops, sorry. And are you ready? Start of the quiz. So this is the flag of a country. Question 1, by the way. What country is this flag from? let me get my clue is going to be that it's a Scandinavian country. Yeah. Scandinavian country. As we spoke about Scandinavia last time. The country is Scandinavia. Scandinavian. I like the decoration of the stuff in Scandinavia. The like home decor. I guess it's like IKEA stuff in it, really. But I like the vibes. Question 2. Question 2. Bern is the capital of which country? Or capital city of which country? So Bern is the capital of which country? Clue is that it's in the photo. If you remember from a question we did a few weeks ago, the question was, what's the most mountainous country in Europe? If you remember the answer to that one, then this is the same answer. So I'm making you try and remember now what the answer to questions that we did in the past were. So Bern is the capital of which country? Question 3. What is the highest mountain in Britain? I'm just looking for some trivia. The first person to climb it was apparently first known person to climb the mountain was James Robertson in 1771. I bet you people climbed it before 1771. I can't believe that was the first time that somebody climbed it. Its elevation is 4,409 feet. It occupies an area of 40 hectares. And none of this is helping. More than 100,000 people a year climb it. The name isn't... right, the name translates into Gaelic, which means poisonous or terrible. Anyway, there's that. Oh, why are my questions doing this? All mixing up. Give me a second. For some reason, it's decided to throw my question 3 at the bottom of my list. Question 4. I'm in a country. This is so obvious. I got to a point in making these questions. I was in such a rush. I'm like, I'm going to have to give free passes to some of these questions. These emojis describe a country. What country is it? I was in a rush. That's why you've ended up with this one. I'm not even going to give trivia about it. Like, I could literally just give you the answer now. And because the fact that there's an emoji of the famous landmark in this country, I thought, well, you may as well just put an actual picture of the landmark in it. What's the difference gonna make? And do you know what? I could absolutely smash a croissant right now. I am very hungry. I haven't eaten since lunchtime. And I know, like, normal people don't eat since lunchtime, but I'm not normal people. Question 5. Which city has the largest airport in the world? let me go get some fun facts. So it's one of the oldest cities in the world. It is home to 7 UNESCO World Heritage Sites. It's not the largest city in the country that it's in, it's the second largest city. And apparently the best times to visit are May or October. So it's, yeah, there we go. I think that'll do. And I think the picture gives away what country it is, at least. So it's the second largest city in the country. Question 6. Which country has a volcano called Kilauea, which has been continuously erupting since 1983? Right. You don't have to necessarily say the country. You can say the province, county, state that it's in. Or you can say the country. It'd probably be more well known as its province, county, state, whatever, than the country that it's in. But you can put down either one. Either answer is fine. Kilauea. Let me see if I can get some trivia on it for you. So, it has the most isolated population centre on Earth. It's the longest. Ooh, will this give it away? No, I'm gonna go for it. It's the longest island chain in the world. There we go. I think that's enough. I just told you that it's most isolated population centre on Earth, and it's the longest island chain in the world. So you know that it's an isolated island chain. I'm not going to say where it is though, but province, county, state. There we go. Question 7. My face is covering a well-known, I think it's one of the 7 wonders of the world. What is it? Or what country is it in, at least? You can, you won't get a point for the country and the name of the place. But if you put down the name of the country, that's fine. If you put down the name of the place, that's fine. But if you put down both, you only get 1 point. So save your ink. Go and write 1. Save your ink. Write down the name of the country because it's shorter. I'll get you some trivia. I am tired. I went to bed too late and woke up too early. So 3/4 of the world's alpaca population live in this country. The national dish of this country is roasted guinea pig. That sounds terrible. Like, I'm vegetarian, so it sounds terrible anyway. But also, like, I can't see guinea pig being particularly tasty. The deepest canyon in the world can be found in this country. And the first census was created by people in this country. So that's interesting. Question 8. This is the outline of a state in America. What state is it? With the quiz, we write it down on a piece of paper and then we go through the questions later, just to let you know, Jacob, if you're taking part. And you're welcome to. So this is the outline of a state in America. That might be a little bit better for you to see. What state is it the outline of? This is a picture of part of the state. The picture from that state, I'm sorry, but I'll get you. State of denial, yeah, maybe. Don't put what your guesses in the chat, just say them in your head for the moment. And then we'll come round to the answers in a minute. So what we do is we write down or remember the answers in our head, and then when we get to, we'll go through the questions again, and you can put your answers in the, the chat then. There we go. I found my words. Very good. But you're welcome to take part though, that's not a problem at all. I'm nearly done with the quiz though, so we'll be running through the answers in just a few minutes. Question 9. Alright, not Virgin behind, but the tail in front. What's the name of this airline? So it's the front tail fin we're looking at, not the back tail fin, because the back tail fin is pretty obvious what the name of the company is. So I want the name of the front tail fin company, please. Shall I get you trivia? Maybe I'll get you trivia. I think, no, to be fair, right, I think that you can kind of see what, on the tail fin it's meant to be a picture of an animal, okay? And the animal is very, like, indicative of the country that this airline's from. So I'm not going to give you any clues. So tough. Question 10. I'm going to pronounce this wrong. Caprese salad originated in which country? And this is the last question. Out you go, boy. Sorry, the cat wanted to leave. He decided that he was fed up of making my stool wet with his rain body and wanted to go out instead. So caprese salad originated in which country? I will give you the clue that it's a Mediterranean country. So it's a European Mediterranean country. But I'm not giving you any more clues than that. But cheese and tomatoes as a salad is not really, is it? And that's basil. Put a little, change that plate into some dough, and I'd have that on a pizza. That's not far off what like normal cheese and tomato pizzas are anyway. That's the quiz. Let me know if there are any that you want me to go back over. So if you've missed any that we've done, let me know, and we'll swing back over them quickly. So just in case I've gone through them too fast. And then we'll go through the answers and we'll see who the winner is. I've just realised that I've been like taking too long doing things, and the new video's out in 10 minutes. So anybody want to see any of the questions again? I have a lag in my chat responding, so I have to guess how long the lag is and guess that nobody wants to go over any questions. So if I get, what I'm going to do is start going through the answers, and if it does pop up that you want to go over a question again, that's fine, I'll go back to it. So, this flag is from Finland. The flag is the same colour as the writing, so you can barely tell, but it says Finland. There is the cat again. No way is he coming back in. He has thrown himself out. Question 2. Bern is the capital of which country? And hand in hand with this, we also asked what is the most mountainous country in Europe? And the answer is Switzerland. Did any of you remember that question from a few weeks ago? Like the answer to it? I can't remember how long ago I asked it, but do you remember? Question 3. What is the highest mountain in Britain? The answer is Ben Nevis. Let's move down the middle. There we go. So the highest mountain in Britain is Ben Nevis. The highest mountain in Wales is Snowdon. Very interesting. So, what country is this from? I don't even know if I even changed the answer to this from last week's. I did. So the answer is France. I don't think that was the hardest question I've ever asked. It's probably one of the easiest questions, if I'm honest. See, this is the problem you have when you lack time management, it seems. You just end up making, like, I may as well have just written France across it and told you to write the word France on a piece of paper. Question 5. Which country has the largest airport in the world? And the answer is Beijing in China. I want to see the airport. It's very, like, modern looking. I'll get my window capture on. There we go. Look, it's very, like, what a weird shape. Can't see the aeroplanes. Ah, they're teeny tiny. Jesus Christ. Yeah, tiny, tiny, considering how big airplanes are. Alright, there we go then. That's that. So, yeah, there we go. Question 6. Which country has a volcano called KILAUEA, which has been continuously erupting since 1983? So I said that you could have the name of the county, state, province, whatever, or the name of the country. Either one was fine. You only get 1 point. If you put on both, then you only get 1 point. And the answer is Hawaii, USA. I have been there. I have been to Kilauea. It's actually quite cool. I was quite young at the time. I've got photos of it. I'm not going to show you tonight photos of Kilauea because, like I said, we're a little bit pushed on time. But if you are interested in seeing them, then maybe one day I can get a load of old photos from places I've been. Because I've been to Hawaii twice. I've been to Mexico like 4 times, I think. And I've been to Alaska twice, and I've been to some pretty cool places. Question 7. So what's the name of the place that my face is covering? So there is all of it, and it is Machu Picchu in Peru. Machu Picchu? Pikachu? No. Pichu. I don't know. I'm not very good at pronouncing things, but it's in Peru. Machu Picchu. I would not mind going to visit this place either. Question 8. What is the name of the state that this outline is from in America? And the answer is Florida. Or as Jacob said, the state of the Nile. Question 9 is what's the name of the airline? And this is meant to be the outline of a kangaroo. So this is kind of like the modernisation of the old logo, which looks more like a kangaroo. But this is like the newer version of the logo. and the name of the airline is Qantas, and they are the flag bearer airline of Australia. And if you look really closely down in the corner, it says VHOQA, and you'll see the Australian flag next door to it. So I didn't want to completely get rid of everything that shows what it is, because right at the top of the wing you'll see it says QA, and I thought that might give it away too much. But if I just had a little bit of a sneaky Australian flag. Yeah, so Qantas. And the answer to question 10 is caprese salad originated in which country? And it is Italy. Yeah, so there's all your answers. I hope you enjoyed the quiz. Let me know how many you got out of 10 and which question you thought the hardest was. I thought that the largest airport one was the hardest, because I wouldn't have known the answer. I would have had a good guess, but my guess would not have been Beijing. But then I guess it makes sense that it's Beijing, because they build things big, don't they? They don't go halves on things. But then the US is the same. The US build massive things as well. So I maybe would have guessed that. Do you remember last week that the world's busiest airport was one in Atlanta? I don't know. I thought that was random, that the busiest airport in the world is in Atlanta. But I would have guessed maybe that airport, but it wasn't. Obviously, it's Beijing. I've heard it pronounced caprese salad. Caprese? I don't know. I'm not very good with pronouncing some words in English, let alone other countries. I try my best. So Jay's Free Chill Sounds got 5 out of 10. Jacob also got 5 out of 10. And John Collins got 8 out of 10. Well done, John Collins. I think he is the winner today. Woo! Oh, there's a new person here as well. Hello. Let me take that off the thing and I'll put me on the... That's the wrong one. Me on the webcam. Hello. Hello, new people. I didn't say properly hello to Jacob, but hello. Nice to see you. And Lisbon 67. Why are there countries with quarantine restrictions on the list like Canada? It's absolutely pointless putting countries where you have to self-isolate when you get there. Canada, if you're talking about the quarantine coming back from England thing, Canada isn't on the list. So when you come back from Canada to England, you'd still have to quarantine. It's on a list of places where you can travel to now, but you still need to quarantine when you come back from Canada into the UK. Oh, hello Emma. Welcome back. We had a look at this a little bit earlier about Canada. But I think it's because Canada's so close to the States, and Ontario's having a bit of a tough time over at the moment as well. I know that Ontario are having a sort of a little bit of a spike in what's going on with the coronavirus at the moment, unfortunately. So I think that's why Canada isn't on any non-quarantine list, if that makes sense. But yeah. Hopefully soon Canada will be able to come off, because I know that they've not opened up their border with America. They're basically letting very close family able to travel between, and like special people. Why is everyone from in the chat? Kim can pin you on the map. I can pin you on the map. That's a good idea. New to the live stream, let me know so I can pin your location on my map. The new video should have just come up as well. You may have got a notification for it. I'm not going to go from here just yet. because there's a few of you in the chat. But the new video is out, and I will throw, where are we? I'm just go get the link for you. It is actually in the description. The new video that's coming out is talking about travel bridges. There we go. Copy. Paste. So that's the new video. If you have any other questions about travel and the new quarantines and things like that, I can answer them now before I go. If not, I can let you all go. And if you want to watch that video, then the video discusses about what travel bubbles are more, even though it looks like the UK government aren't going to use them so much. And it also explains what travel is going to look like this summer. So I'm not just looking at air travel, I'm also looking at coach travel. I'm looking at what camping's going to be looking at, what hotels are going to look like. I forgot to tell you as well, next week I will not be live streaming on Monday and Friday. I'll be live streaming on Wednesday instead. I am going away next weekend. We are going camping. It's the first time that we've been travelling since February. And I thought it'd be a really interesting video to see what camping is like in the UK now. Basically, it's a way that we can go travelling in the UK and kind of not have so much, can't have so much interaction with people, I guess, because you're kind of in your own bubble in your tent. I don't know why New Zealand is on the list. You can't go, the borders are closed. I don't know, I'm guessing it's because you could go if the borders weren't closed. So if the borders were open, you're allowed to travel there. Australia can't get in. Why is it on the safe list? Again, because I think it's just one of those things where they've said it's safe for you to travel there, even though you can't go. I'm so new, it's not on the map yet. Oh, New Zealand. Where are you guys from anyway? Because, like Em said, I've got a little map that sits behind me that I pin, the location. Sorry, that was noisy. I pin the locations of people who visit my live streams. And we've had somebody from, I think they were from Texas, and somebody from Belize. We've had somebody from South Korea. There was somebody from, I'm trying to look in my screen to see where I'm pointing. Somebody from Germany, and then we've got like a big cluster on the UK because it seems like a lot of people who visit the live stream are from the UK. But my thoughts are the reason why some of these countries have been mentioned is because it's safe to travel to them in theory. Just because they won't let you in doesn't mean they're not safe to travel to, I'm guessing. But I don't know, I'm not the government. They come up with like weird theories on things. So I could not tell you. But that's my thought. I'm going to let you go very shortly to, if you want to, no pressure. It would be nice if you did, to go watch the new video. Like I said, it talks more about what travel's going to be like. So if you want to know more about that, it's going to be in that video. I'm not going to be here next week, I said that already. I'm going to be in the middle of the USA. Cool. Let's pin you up then. I'm assuming you're sort of there-ish. I put you above Texas. There we go. You're above Texas. It is just gone 7 o'clock at night here. So you have a good afternoon and I'll have a good evening. Morning, evening. Yeah, evening. I've already lived my day. That's why I look tired and I'm still in my work uniform. But yeah, yeah. Right, let me put that link in the description again. But it's been really great seeing you all here, and I hope that you all have a good evening, good afternoon, good morning, and yeah, I'll see you all next Wednesday, but there will be a video coming up Monday, so bye!